G'day everybody and welcome back to the Pretend Mechanic. Back in the Mercedes Benz today. So another problem that I have to fix to make this thing drivable on the road is the fact that it has zero brake lights. Scratch that. It has a brake light which is on constantly, whether the brake pedal's being pushed or not. So I have pulled the brake pedal switch apart for the light, and I found that there was actually power coming into the switch and power going out of the switch, regardless of whether the switch was open or closed. Unplugged it all. Both wires have constant power anytime this car is turned on. So I've no clue what's going on there. I don't understand electrical do-dari hickey stuff. Can't see it, don't trust it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip one of those power wires, just going to snip it right out of there. I'm going to run another wire straight into the brake light circuit from there, which sounds a bit dodgy, but hey, if I have brake lights, then that's all that matters, right? That's today's job. Another thing you might be able to see is the sunroof here hasn't got the nice little panel in it. I pulled that out. This panel's meant to tilt up, so we can get it to run back and forth and slide in, but it won't tilt up. And knowing everything that I don't know about sunroofs means that I have absolutely no clue on how it works, why it works, or even how to fix it, or if I can fix it. So hey, we're going to have fun trying to find out, I'm sure. Alrighty, let's try and work out some wiring for these brakes. Wiring. I don't even have a multimeter, I have nothing. So here we have some of the brake wiring. This, I believe, is this one here belongs to brakes. I don't know, it's got a wire hanging out the side here which has got power to it, was hooked into the cruise control wiring, which also runs off the brake switch, which is up in here somewhere. Oh, it's up in there. Oh, I can't find it. Anyway, so this is the wire from the brake lights. Both of those terminals have power. So I'm just going to snip it right out. Let's cut that sucker out of there and run another wire, hopefully into the brake wires, which I am hoping I can pick up in there. Oh, God damn it. I don't know. One of these is bound to run brakes. There's a thing. So I'm guessing that the brake wiring will run down here and through to the back. So I'm going to go and find out which wires they might be. Hoping that we can get at them in there. So there's a heap of wiring stuff runs through this. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start trying to find brake wires. So I don't have much in the way of wires, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it properly. I'm just going to use two bits of black thin wire to run one for earth and one for positive. I hope I don't forget which one's which, otherwise you may see a big puff of smoke coming out of here. So I'm going to try and hook this one up into that power on that mess up in there. So make sure this is all turned off. Where does that go? Where does that go? Like, how do you even... I'd really like to have a chat to the guy that did all this crap on his car and just give him a little bit of a piece of my mind. Just dodge-o. We got power. In theory, I guess that would be power and that would be earth. How do these work? Let's see if I get a light. Brake light. Hooray! Okay. So we're getting, so that'll work. Now to find the wires running under the carpet here. And sometimes in order to do a good job, you've just got to do it dodgy, you know. You just switch a couple of the old wires around. Oh, it worked. And we know the brake lights work. I'll keep those bits of wire, they'll be handy for something later on. So after about 16.3 billion years, I managed to work out how to pull this little dash cover apart so I can get under there and see what's what a bit easier. and discovered that one of the switches which I was playing with the other day, hoping to work, well, it's not even plugged in. This is just like a little bit of a vacuum switch here to dip the headlights up and down. I might have to get that working again. Anyway, got to undo a few screws here, pop that little cover right off out of there, and then hopefully we can actually get at this brake switch, and I'll rewire it just as dodgy as it was. We can't change too much on this thing now, and get these brake lights to start working. 75,000 screws later, and we finally got that dropped out. Now, the guy who worked on this car, I reckon he's a bit of a champion. So those little vacuum lines that go in the back of that little headlight switch there, he's capped them off. Now, he's just used some golf tees. You know, they just jam them straight in there, just done. So I've had a look up the front, and where these plug into the headlights, they've been unplugged. So I'm guessing it has a vacuum leak up there. Anyway, they're plugged. Yeah, we should just probably just pretend they don't exist. We'll stick them over there. I have freaking no idea what that is. I mean, that could belong to anything. Alright, so here we are under the dash of the old Merc. So we have some random fuse box that just runs into the wiring loom. I feel like it runs into this, which I reckon's the alarm. That's probably the alarm and the immobiliser, and you know, it's just got wires and just stuff. So we have a couple of relays here. I mean, they're obviously for something. Here's that little switch. This is the brake light switch. So one of these should have power in all the time. I'm not sure which side it is. And one shouldn't. So we're going to work out which one should have power all the time, which one shouldn't. And then I'm going to cut the one that shouldn't, which I'm actually leaning towards this thing here. This is all bare. This is what the last owner did. He's stripped a bit of wire, he's wrapped another piece around it, and he's just put a bit of tape on it and whoop, push it up in there. Don't tell anybody. I mean, who's going to know, right? I mean, there's some chunky stuff in this car. Even laying here on the seat, I saw, you know, the old seat mount down here has got a couple of tech screws in it. It's not actually screwed to the floor, but we're just not even going to look at that. We're going to pretend that that doesn't even exist. We're just going to worry about getting brake lights. I mean, if I'm in an accident and I get punched out through the windscreen, at least I've got brake lights. That's the main thing. So what I've done is I've gone and I've twitched on my little black wire. I've cut one of these power wires. I've twitched on my little black wire, which I'm going to run across to the brakes when I can find that one. And all I've done is I've just twitched these ends up at the moment, put some tape on, just to make sure it works. And then if it works, I'll come back and I'll fix all that up properly. Probably not. Probably not at all, really. I mean, it's probably just going to stay like that, let's be honest. Alright, now to find a brake wire. Right, well, I found the wires I need to splice into under the floor there. I'm not going to show you that because you don't want to see that mess. But I've kept it as factory looking as possible, which means it's pretty damn dodgy actually. It's not factory all. But now's the big test. We're going to plug the brake light switch back in and go back there and see if we've got brake lights. Here's hoping. Brake light just stays on now. This one doesn't. This one works perfectly. Now the brake lights are working. You can see these tail lights are different. It's pink and that's smoked. I really not a fan of the pink. I do like the smoked. Here's the other smoke lens. As you can see, the red is just crap. I know you can polish these up, but I'm just not going to bother. So I've got a spare pink one here. It's got a little crack in the top. Nothing too bad, you can probably just see it there. So I'm going to snip that onto there. Make it look the same. You know a bloke's getting serious when he goes out and gets himself some sockets. Right. Better than using the old pliers and screwdrivers and spanners. Bloody, look at this. Woo. Bloke's a bit nervous to use it actually. It's a bit fancy pants for me. Even look at that. I've never had a tool kit with a cover inside a cover. So shiny. Well, that was a 2-second job and look at that. It looks much better. Just the light makes that one look a bit wider, but it's actually the same. G'day. Look at this. The old beards, she's all gone. So I'm just sitting here editing away on this little video
And I realised I never filmed a finisher to it. Sure I did. Probably didn't push record. Happens a lot. Anyway, so thanks for watching the little brake light video. All the brake lights now work most of the time. Nothing is blown up. So I'm going to call that job done. Maybe one day I'll go back and actually solder up and cover up all those little joins properly. Maybe. We'll see how we go. Alright, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Any questions or any tips, or do you just want to plain old abuse me, leave a comment down the bottom there and I'll try my best to reply to them. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. Catch ya.